Folks, the truth is that ruling in this period, and I suppose ruling in any period, isn't always easy. Even if you have a very clear understanding of what you want to do, who you are, and what your destiny ought to be, sometimes things just don't go that way. The plans of mice and men, as they say. In today's video, we are going to do our best to lead Roger onto a path that he is actually comfortable with. What he had to do to bring peace, to bring a different era into southern Italy, well, it was brutal. The rebellion, of course, against his brother, something that won't really leave him, that will haunt him, I think, for quite some time to come. Today, I want to see what governance really means for him, and we're going to see how that pans out. It's the year 1078, and Roger Borso has just won a successful war, although rather bloody, and indeed with the loss of many men, and some even related to him, against Prince Robert. Take a look at that. My claim war against Prince Robert ended in victory. It was a war that he just, perceived as necessary. After all, Prince Robert is excommunicated. Then, as a response for that excommunication, it was the Pope that sent a messenger to Roger and said, "You are the house, the rightful leader of the Hauteville family." And because of this, I would ask you to take care of the troublesome lord to my south. He was denounced by Roger, and immediately after we did something unthinkable. We broke, of course, where is it? There it is. We broke, of course, the alliance that we had with Robert. It was a dire time, and it leaves us, very soon you're going to see this, in debt. It leaves us, of course, with negative prestige. Things are not all that good for us, at least the way they're panning out right now. And it leaves us, I think, with a Roger who is kind of shook, who does think that he did the right thing, but who most certainly would much more kind of go into the direction of peace, of rulership. We can even see this right here. We have an internal affairs focus. We are trying to inspect, of course, the land. We're trying to understand its people, and maybe go from there. Now, I did see some amazing coat of arms suggestions. I did see, of course, everything related to the house motto. We're going to do this in this video when the time is right, which should be pretty soon. But I do want to bring one thing up, and that is, of course, the idea of role-playing. I see a bunch of people in the comments that go, "I don't know how to do this." And I even got, a couple of messages related to that kind of direction where it's like, "I don't know how to do this. You're playing so slowly, doesn't it get boring?" And listen, here's the reality of it. I actually much prefer playing at speed 3, because if I don't have the time to kind of look around and try to understand the characters around me, how can I connect them to a narrative? Give it a shot, because I think it's going to give you a much better experience in this game than just playing it. But okay, all of that aside, we have a powerful vassal that isn't all too happy. I think we can take care of this, but it is definitely on the agenda. We can create the Duchy of Sicily, which should be important, because this Duchy of Sicily, of course, gives us legitimacy in what is now our primary region of control. It could also, theoretically, lead to Drotten Erik right here actually giving in. Obviously, he feels slightly negative about us, but I will tell you outright that Syracuse, I think he knows that he is on a bit of a weird ground. He is fighting a peasant rebellion as well. There is a lot happening here that makes this mercenary leader into something that we can potentially use to unify the island without any more bloodshed. We also got some marriages potentially lined up. My son, I think he does deserve a marriage. We're going to take a look at that as we go. Let me just click on Richard. Okay, we can invite him now, which means I can stop swaying him. And I did plan on this, and I'm just going to do this. I will try to learn the language of Drotten Erik. He isn't a local, but he's a local ruler, and I want to see whether we can't win his faith and win his trust into our rule right here. Other than that, I don't think anything too important right there. I took a look at everything that we have right here at the sigils, the coat of arms. I left virtually everything, I believe, in southern Italy right here intact, but then I changed a couple of things, including Messina, of course, to fit something that is more historically inspired. It doesn't match it, entirely. If you actually Google what these look like, they don't look 100% like this, including, of course, Palermo, which looks very different. I chose the lion because the lion actually was associated with both Roger and Robert, coming from Normandy. That isn't really too surprising. The lion was, of course, a symbol that went higher and higher, that was fighting in the name of that family, and I gave it to Palermo because I think we are associating, kind of the struggle with that city as well. Other than that, I just kind of reframed a bunch of it. I got something waiting for our sigil as well, but we're gonna do this later. The other thing is that Kühn Abela right here didn't need to join us. Now, mechanically, he needed to join us. He is, of course, de jure our vassal, which is why he came with us after the war. but I'm not going to treat it this way. Kuhn Abelard was, of course, somebody that isn't too friendly with, and let me just examine this track, his opinion. Yep, he is not too friendly of Kuhn Robert. Very similar, of course, to this man right here, Kuhn Robert of Lanciano. When we take a look at him, you can see it right there. Yep, he is also not the biggest fan of Prince Robert the Fox. He actually even went on and gave us an alliance. Let's untrack him right there. We are somewhat neutral, right? Everything minus 20 to plus 20 is kind of neutral, but ultimately he sided with us. Then he also sided with us, and he is even allied as well. Because of this, I want to make him the protector of the north. Where I am currently standing is not that I wish for the downfall, the demise, anarchy in the north, well, in southern Italy, but to the north of us. I wish for Robert to come to his senses. He's ambitious, greedy, and arbitrary. That isn't particularly well suited, but I want him to go on a pilgrimage to Rome, recover what he lost, his honor and his dignity, and then we can talk about rescinding the denouncement. We can talk about once more working with him, but until then, I want a buffer between him and myself. And I'm going to do this by giving Kuhn Abelard of Rossano, most of his negative opinion just comes from the fact that I'm, of course, over my domain limit, 1 seat on the council and so on. I am going to grant him Cousins, and then I'm going to move him onto the council as well. Oh, and I immediately lost my spy master. I'm going to move Abelard right there, but I think he's not that great at it. Who could I move over? You know what? I'm going to move Ferrand over. Yeah, let's move Ferrand if I can find him. There he is, beautiful. And then we're going to have Kuhn Abelard as our actual marshal. And that is excellent, because I also do want to work on his feudal contract right there. Actually, we're going to do this when we pass through his lands, just to really make this make sense. But the idea is, I want some distance from Robert the Fox. Yes, our realm's border, but I think any border issue should be handled by my vassal and, of course, by my nephew, Abelard. He is the son of Humphrey right there, hopefully guaranteeing a little bit more peace. And there indeed comes it. First, we have, of course, now our actual heir. This is Richard de Hauteville. He is now present, which is nice, but I am thinking about him. I am thinking about Jourdan. Not sure that I will turn him into a legitimized bastard. I might, but I haven't seen him prove himself all too much yet. Yes, the seneschal position is an important one. I think priority number 1 for him right now is that he gets married. As we welcome our heir, at least legally speaking, we are also getting a message. And this one is, well, a tough one for me personally. The war's over. Now we should settle our payments. I hired 3 mercenary bands and an actual mercenary band, right? But this is Master Burak, this is Sir Robert, and this is, of course, Master Andrea. You see, we had a truly multicultural alliance working for us, and now they want money, and that is a lot of money, but they did earn it, did they not? I will go ahead, and I will pay them in full, even if it means that subsequently I am, of course, in the negative. It is painful. It is not exactly where I want to be, and, well, we do benefit at least a little bit from a Mediterranean pirate connection here. Not that we really work this, you know, up to be much more significant, other than just having kind of a truce with the pirates, I should say. We are currently not in a good household, in a good budgetary position, and oh my god. Is the populist rising actually going to destroy Drotten Erik? I think I could, of course, get involved here, but I'm going to say that I am north of this mountain range right here. I'm currently busy with other things, such as being in the negative. Wow. The way I see this is, yeah, we will have to fight to get this number up, and we don't really have a lot of potential to invest to build up the regions that we now hold directly. That payment, I could have skirted them, but I didn't do it. I am a just person after all, and they diligently worked with me on this. It's just terrible to see a household like this. Man, we have such an interesting network of connections between these different vassals, right? We have technically Lanciano as an ally of ours. Should he ever be pressed by, of course, Robert, I will be involved. We have an alliance with Rossano, and then he managed to get one with Policoro. This is an interesting conundrum that we find ourselves in. Now, as we are sitting in Messina, we are evaluating what is going on. We, well, see one thing very, very clearly. And that one thing is, of course, that we cannot be in the negatives. We need to do something about this. Assemble the estates of the realm. As if. I could increase domain taxes. I'm not too sure that I want to do this right now. Things are already tense anyway. I think I'm going to borrow gold. Yeah, it is a dishonorable thing to do, sure. But I think I'm kind of already in the hole there anyway. Let's see what we can find. And oh my god, he's going in just in the last second. He hired troops, the Albanian band of Dura. And he's winning it. Drotten Erik. Man, he has earned my respect. I don't think we have too much in common. I don't think we know each other too well. But he is defending Syracuse. He has been a decent ruler. Obviously, we have unsupported economy. Yeah, he can't really invest in there. I like it. I want to work with him. I don't want to shed his blood. A loan offer. After a careful search, I was discreetly pointed to a card of a very rich man who could lend the realm some gold. Of course, my credit goes only so far, based on my main title. I am duly informed that if I don't repay the loan with the interest in a few years, a special commission will be charged immediately. It is absolutely devastating that I have to be indebted here. But I will do it, yeah. Wow, oh my god, that is awful. It is very much adequate, but that is awful. We are not too legitimate, we are not too prestigious, and we most certainly are losing a little bit of renown right here. I will repay this as quickly as I can. It's 125, I could of course go further, but I think he wouldn't want to live on credit for too long. You know what? I'll take that sum. It puts us into the positives again. And what is this? The permanent stress that I am immersed into as I go about my everyday's business takes a very significant toll upon my mind and my body. I'm aware of the risks that I face, but maybe now is the time to think again and take a calmer approach to my life. Right. Lunatic, melancholic, infirm. We didn't get any of it, so we kind of are pushing through it. And there exactly everything falls on our feet, right? Long-term plans. We are now here. We had this event already where we will discuss, well, our efforts for the next decade. And I have to tell you, I can't do anything. And it will, without a doubt, stress him out. He's diligent, he's just, but no. My pockets currently are just not deep enough. We're even losing prestige now thanks to the indebted modifier. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. I'm not going down on court positions. All of them are needed, trust me. No fancy dreams, I will spare my gold. This is not perfect. Maybe I can retreat at least a little bit, right? Meditate in seclusion, seclude yourself. Yeah, I will meditate in seclusion. I will try to understand what my location here, what my importance is as, of course, the Duke now of Calabria and the Grand Count of Sicily. I could do it in my own castle. I like Castro Giovanni. I think I'm actually going to go there. You gain meditates in seclusion for 6 months. This is a difficult and dangerous place to meditate. I mean, I suppose so. I will do it, though. I will go to the center of Sicily. I want to be even more remote than I am anyway. Let's go on this journey. And, ooh, what is this? Catane. You know what? Let's go over there. Yeah, why don't we pass by, of course, Etna herself. Let's take a good gander at that beautiful mountain in our neighborhood, directly, of course, owned by us. We want to understand, how do we rule these lands? Where do we go from here? After the chaos, where we were on campaign for essentially 2 years. Now, additionally, apparently Ferrand right here, spy master, right, he is concerned. One morning, while strolling along my capital in the company of Ferrand, my spy master mentioned a subject that he said was nagging him for some time. As it soon became clear, Ferrand is worried about the pressure the various factions in my realm might exert on me to assemble the costly estates of the realm in order to discuss matters of long-term policy concerning everyone. In the knowledge this request will only be voiced if my treasury supports the venture. It is clear from a political point of view that I will reap additional rewards in terms of prestige and chances of success. Right. So he is essentially telling me that it might be important, but that the pressure, that I shouldn't let myself get gut by it, right? As I've been warned, my spymaster claims his mind is now at rest, right? Thank you for your worry, Ferrand. I might actually assemble the estates of the realm. It is just too costly. I must wait until I can do this. I think for the time being, I will treat this as our end goal, so to speak, right? You have to wonder what he's doing now. Oh, he is in Policoro. What is the event being hosted? It is a hunt, I see. Robert has hosted a hunt in Policoro. Oh, let me guess. He didn't attend. That is kind of crazy. I would have thought that Queen Abelard right here, right, being belligerent, he loves hunt activities, that he would attend, but he didn't. How about Lanciano? Okay, so Robert did attend. Good to know. The fact that they're hosting it, I mean, then again, it's not really a provocation. This is just the only land that this man holds. Fair enough. In the meantime, while they gather, I am indeed alone right here in Castro Giovanni. Another interesting thing that I actually noticed halfway into, you know, editing these coat of arms down there, look at that. Kaiser Heinrich IV has been crowned by the Pontifex Maximus. I would say that there was a bit of a realignment. Oh, and he went to Mainz. What for? That's not a holy site, right? He hardly could have gone there for a holy site. Interesting. What did he do up there? Interesting. It must have been like an event or something. Maybe a marriage, something like that. The papacy clearly has turned northwards. He sees a valuable protector in the emperor and all of the northern lords, whereas, well, I mean, I can't really hold it against him. We have been a bit of a disaster down here. And 6 months have passed. The thin mountain air in Castelgiovanni cleared my thoughts as I focused inward. Meditating in isolation, I was suddenly struck with an epiphany, the presence of man in the world and how we fit into the natural order. Another piece of the universal puzzle put into place. You improve your skill in meditation. The experience will stay with me forever. Wow. So this was meaningful for him. He comes back, I think, a more centered man. A man that sees his place as a local secular lord and knows what he needs to do. And of course, immediately he is confronted with the chaos of the world in his own territory. As we travel through Catane, I take in the beautiful view from the mountainside. When I steal my eyes away to focus back on the stony path ahead, I realize we have been surrounded by a group of ruffians. A fearsome man, presumably their leader, steps in front of our caravan. Passing through these mountains will cost ya. Don't care who you are. Anyone passing through my mountains pays. What if I paid you to lead us through the mountains instead? It is their land. I would like to confront him, to be honest with you. He is a charlatan who is, of course, terrorizing these lands, but I suppose it is very in character. We're choosing a peaceful solution. I am offering him that I don't come down on his people, on everything that he loves, that he stands for. Come on. Have an earnest occupation. Become a local guide. Okay, how about this? He did become a local guide. We convinced him. That is interesting. So we already are showing, I think, to people our new centered position. Now, I have a very clear thing in mind. I talked about it in the past. We have a claim for Sicily based on the papal claim given to us in 1059 with the Council, the Treaty of Melfi. But technically speaking, that claim was actually given to Robert the Fox. Robert the Fox, who's also apparently now attending a feast. Oh my god, what was this event? Was it not just a hunt? A hunt and a feast immediately after? Was it a marriage? It might have been. Okay, anyway, what I want to talk about is the idea that these claims were indeed Robert's. We are now, however, separate. I need to reclaim, I need to, of course, go to the Pope and kind of get it reaffirmed. That I am now the rightful leader of House Hauteville, and more importantly, maybe, that I should also rule Sicily and Calabria proper. What we're going to do is an actual pilgrimage right here. How much will it cost me? I want to do a worldly pilgrimage. Yes, it is religiously motivated, but my place in the world is as a secular lord. I think this became very apparent here, that personal interests and all that stuff, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I play the role that God has given me. And in this case, that means going to Rome. Let's review the travel path here. Oh, you know what? I actually want to go to Rossano. I deeply want to go to Rossano. This is a very terrible area. We have already been now assaulted. Oh, the Battle of Caltagirone. Oh, Prince Roger. Wait a minute. The two sides clashed in Caltagirone, one led by Prince Roger and the other by Drottna Ali. The battle was decided when a regiment of Norman heavy infantry led by Edward pushed through enemy lines. My god, that is a battle that we had. And Edward of Salisbury is now remembered in Caltagirone. That is amazing. I love this. I might revisit it at some point, but for now, we're going to, of course, we're going to pass through right here, as you do, at the Cattolica di Stilo. We're going to go to the capital of our count, who we just gave more territory to. This time, we will indeed pass through Salerno, through the Serbian holdings, and then, oh, I would like to go to Cassino. You know what? I'm going to do this on the way back. We're going to pass through Cassino. The idea being that I want to go out of my way to support, to understand these lands, and to show that I am humble before God. I hope that maybe the Pope even has time for an audience. That would be amazing. But the idea is, I am going out of my way here to showing that my rule from here on out has a purpose. It is different. This pilgrimage is something that I normally don't do, in the sense that normally I don't do worldly pilgrimages. I like the idea of it. What are the actual rewards here? Sheltered pilgrim. Ah, opinion of different cultures and faith. This is perfect. This is exactly where I want to be. And reflection. I do kind of like the idea. He wants to, much like he did it when he was meditating, he wants to ensure that he is fully relaxed, that he can see everything through a very clear lens. Altruism does kind of fit it as well. But you know what? No, we're going to go with reflection. This is a personal journey that ends with a more than personal kind of affirmation, I think. Let's make this pilgrimage. First, of course, we pass through Reggio di Calabria. We have been trying to convert this for quite some time, and we shall convert it. And now, here's a pivotal moment. We have arrived, indeed, and we are getting an event as well, but we have arrived in Rossano. There is no request, there is no urgency, there is nothing that I will ask of Abelard, which was indeed something that my brother did. So in this sense, my visit here is very different. It is friendly in everything, and so I have something planned for him right here. But anyway, as you make our way down this holy road we travel, we are suddenly made to stop, as a beast steps out right into the middle of our path. A mighty boar stands between me and the Holy Land, well, you know, Rome. There's something of a knowing look on the beast's face, as if the mind of a wise old man resides behind those feral eyes. He blinks, and then carries on his way. That boar is a messenger from God. Follow him. I think he might do this. The wildlife behaving differently is an important sign that there might be something more to this. And most importantly, well, he wants to believe. That is really just where we are. Omen, a failed hunt. I diligently follow the boar, being careful that he does not notice me. Eventually he meets his prey, a small bird. The boar waits and waits for his opening, and eventually attacks the bird only for it to slip away and flutter off into the open sky. What could God have meant by that? I am the boar, and my enemies will best me. Oh, that stresses him out. Self-doubt creeps into his mind right there. That is something that we will keep in mind. I will get back to this. The boar and the bird. Very interesting tale. It could be us that is the boar. This is, after all, our territory. It could be Abelard. It could be Robert. Either way, I'm going to ponder this. I'm going to ponder my orb about this. But for now, I have some secular duties. As we arrive in Rossano, I seek him out. And I say, Abelard, I want us to live a life in peace. A protected life of serenity. You do have, of course, a son, Gérard, and I would like, if your son Gérard was married to none other than my beloved daughter, Adelise Hauteville Tropea. This marriage will tie our houses together, and it will make it so, for me personally, that Adelise will live nearby. I will know that she isn't anywhere else, that she is, you know, as she was, maybe in danger in Apulia. Remember, she used to be a hostage, indeed, of Prince Robert, and we are so glad that we pulled her out. Take a look at this, 1072, before things went sour. Who knows what could have happened then? I want instead them to become friends, to become lovers, and indeed, great allies. This is something that is vital to me, so that we tie our families, our destinies together. And I will also actually, and I can only do this, I guess, once you have accepted this request, I will also alter his vassal contract. So let's just wait until he has done this. We are, of course, present here thanks to the boar event. There it is, yep. Okay, betrothed to his son and heir, beautiful. I will change your feudal contract. I will grant you the right of a castellan, because you are protecting the borderlands to the north. I will grant you fortification rights. It comes with a significant downside there, but I'll take it. And then I will simply request higher feudal levies. That is all that I will do. He will slightly see it negatively because of the high levy contribution, but I think in due time we're going to be aligned. You are my shield to the north, while I will be the sword should you require it. Now with that out of the way, I meet his family. I meet him. I meet little Gérard. I will offer you guardianship. Oh, and look at this. He actually is willing to accept it. The idea here is, if Gérard lives in my court, he will grow up with Adelise and they will have a good bond. Oh, and she is getting bullied and bullying. Well, you know, it is what it is. This is, I believe, very, very important. I want to ensure that he has a good childhood, where indeed he values me, he values my family, and he values his wife. So this indeed ties us ever closer together. This was very important, I think, to Roger, having a good relationship with his vassals rather than one rooted in fear. And there you go. So he is now traveling to my court, and we can indeed proceed. Pilgrimage, Tears of St. Nicholas. Even when on pilgrimage, the priests still hold mass every Sunday. It is held out in the open when no church is nearby, but early this morning a storm rolled in and has not ceased. Undeterred, there's a zealous priest standing out in the pouring rain, giving a sermon about perseverance in the face of adversity. Despite this, the size of his audience is rapidly dwindling, as discouraged adherents seek refuge from the torrential rains. Bove Fitzgerald, huh? What is a little rain to a faithful Catholic? I think so, yeah. And I didn't get sick either, wow. A turn for the worst, what is this? As my Adelise grows up, it becomes apparent to everyone my child is weak. I still love her. It sucks. Yeah, it stresses me out. It would stress him out. But I love her so much. A mind to mold. There you go, Gerard has now indeed arrived. I hate this event so much. Listen, roleplay aside, oh, this, kill me. If you will, kill me, okay? This is my one philosophy. If it happens, it happens. Visited the capital of the Stato Pontifico. This is something to behold. The Colosseum, the great city of Roma, all of it laid out in front of us. Out here late at night, I sometimes look at the stars and wonder, what is our purpose? Can God even see me? Oh, I mean, of course, it is my sacred duty. This is perfect. Alternatively, what I truly want is to enjoy and experience other cultures. No, listen, I understand that this is what, well, we want to do in this worldly pilgrimage, but I don't think so. This is a sacred duty. Yeah, absolutely. Let's gather some experience in that pilgrimage trait. Roma, shrines and pilgrims. At a distance, the city of Roma is a forest of towers and a maze of stone buildings. As we approach, the scenery shifts. Ruins of monuments, walls and ancient churches coexist with farms and grazing animals. Pilgrims seem to be everywhere, bartering, conversing, and queuing to shrines and tombs of the city's saints. Mansions of forgotten aristocrats now serve as hostels for the faithful. My courtier Cocelli muses thoughtfully. This is the mountain leader. My liege, we could spend time here to study their customs. Ooh, I do like this, but I don't have the money. I will spend time contemplating the nature of Christ. That sounds about adequate, okay. Or I will not waste any time in this place. No. I will contemplate. We started with isolation in Castro Giovanni. I will indeed contemplate. We have become well rested. I think that is very, very good. And oh, and we have now upgraded to devoted servant. That is important. And we have now actually arrived. All roads lead to Rome. Pilgrims flock to Rome from all over the Christian world. Some follow the Via Francigena, others take less well-known paths. In the end, we all converge here at St. Peter's Basilica, where the great man himself was put to rest. Standing here with the other pilgrims, I sense a feeling of solemn unity and fellowship shared amongst the gathered, all having overcome various trials and tribulations along their journey. We get more pilgrim experience and we lose some stress. Let me take this in. We haven't fully made it there. Oh, we love the Pontifex. My god. We love the Pontifex. We also can tell that he, at the very least, likes us. I could swear fealty, but it just goes a little bit too far in terms of the mechanical impact there. I would love to submit to the suzerain. But we're distant. He doesn't want to do this. I would do this in a heartbeat if I could. Instead, I think there's something that I really want to do. And you can see this actually right here, right? Yeah, he would grant me a claim on Pui. I will take this claim as a symbol that we did actually have a meeting with the Pope and that we told him the stories of what we want to do, what we want to achieve. Oh, and we are lucky, I think. He is about to leave. Yeah, he literally is about to leave. I'm going to say that before he leaves, he essentially meets with us and he states, "You are the righteous of the Hauteville family. Carry the church in your heart." My god, this guy's traveling a lot. Have you noticed this? He's going back to Regensburg. He's doing the journeys. The historical Urban II, of course, he actually facilitated, I believe, a marriage with the Duke of Bavaria, right? And the, like the family of Tuscany? Wasn't it Matilda herself? Anyway, so he's doing a lot of journeys, I suppose. Maybe already in the pre-First Crusade phase right here, although we wouldn't fully be aware of this. This is just an overarching process in the Catholic Church, of course, that ultimately culminates in that. But interesting. Okay, so he is actually going out of his way, but he gives us this claim. And I don't want to press it. But I know that I have a responsibility for all Christians in this territory, and quite frankly, for the soul of my brother itself as well. And so he gives us this, and this is the reasoning for our house to be renamed and to reclaim a little bit of its own angle. We're not the original house, but we are the strongest. And this is very, very important. I'm not going to be using the quartering, but I will be renaming it, and I already have a sigil prepared. So first of all, in Italy, this family is very often known as Alta Villa. This also is something that I want to carry forward. I want to announce that we are the branch of the family that wants to rule these lands not as foreigners, but as integrated and wise, as just rulers. Which is why we're leaning into the Italian kind of direction right there. Then I also, and I loved it, I saw the house motto for Non mea voluntas sed tua fiat. Not my will, but thine be done. This is without a doubt what guides, and I think it has been confirmed in this episode as well, Roger's perspective. And then, last but not least, we will be altering the traditional Hauteville sigil in favor of one that proclaims that we are underneath the cross, that we rule, guided by, of course, providence, guided by everything we can learn from the Bible, and yet we still belong to our family. Hauteville has been created. I like the sigil. You tell me what you think about it. I did a little bit of a revamp right here. You can see right here that you have this gold band that he uses for Apulia, right? I have moved this gold band from surrounding our actual sigil, and I've instead put it atop. I have moved it indeed in the form of the cross. This is the pledge that Roger makes right here, and this is how he now looks for, well, who should be his heir, how should he rule, and so on and so forth. He deeply, deeply cares about a good, a right, a religious rule. Forget about this flavor text, he grants us this because of, well, the way that Robert has acted. We now have a claim for all of Apulia. It might be necessary. Is it necessary? I can't tell you. Maybe. Hopefully, we will actually be looking at him coming to his senses. Anyway, back to the pilgrimage. The Pilgrim's Guide. The markets of Vaticano are bustling with merchants shouting in languages that I have never heard, and selling spices that I've never tasted. The Guide of the Pilgrim. Learn the safest routes, discover the marvels of Vaticano. One of them yells, waving a small book in my direction. Ooh, only $5. I will take this, yeah. Let me take a look. And if you take this turn, I would have to be so smart that I could essentially immediately learn it, you know, from front to back. No, I will take one. That is fine. I will spend this money on the Pilgrim's Guide. Take a look at that. Diplomacy and piety goes up. That's nice. And we gain local expert. Oh, that is huge, actually. Wow. Okay, I like that. May I interest you in... During a pilgrimage to Roma, I can't help but return to the local market, perusing the wares. One stand in particular catches my attention. The merchant grins at me and proclaims, I have the wares if my lord has the coin. These exotic goods presented would surely make a nice profit back home, or maybe I could even save them as a gift. Spending that money, man, I think he is willing to spend a little bit just so that he learns more, of course, of these exotic goods. This character is carrying exotic wares that can be sold back home. I just don't think he would spend all of his treasury. I really don't think so. No. This option is available because I have a high stewardship skill, but no. I have to kind of pull back there. That is a lot of money that he doesn't want to spend. Already, I'm not sure that we can repay the loan here all too soon. Tutor educates child, okay. Yep, my god, he's doing an amazing job. That is incredible. The stats of my children! Whew, insane. As our time at the sacred sites draws to an end, I'm slightly concerned that I did not get experience as much of other cultures and sites as I perhaps would have liked to. This being my first pilgrimage, and while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. He is more relaxed now than he ever has been in the, ever since he started his rule, basically. We will become a sheltered pilgrim. I like it. Not bad, okay. And we also get determined pilgrim and some legitimacy. That is exactly why I came here. Let's finish this pilgrimage. Let's make our way home. We will, of course, go through Casino. Not too much legitimacy gained here, but nothing lost. We now have a claim, of course, on Puy. I don't want to push it, but I want him to do something about that excommunication. Robert, I beg of you, truly, come to your senses. Oh, we prayed at a local Christian shrine. Very nice. Okay, yeah. Tutor educates child again. What a genius. Oh, and as we now return home, remember we did cross Salerno twice, and we had a good experience. I believe there were fires, but nothing that was untoward, no bandits. None of that sort. We are seeing Despot Mihailo Vojislavić of Serbia offering us an alliance. Let me ask you, where do you stand? Okay. Not too positive. He stands very negatively towards the Byzantines, so he kind of finds himself in a similar boat. He is Orthodox, but I have to assume that he is autocephalous. I am going to accept this alliance. He doesn't seem like a terrible person. He is diligent, humble, sure deceitful, but I'm not sure that we could tell this deceit. Let me unmark him right there. We do like him, right? We enjoy the stories that we have heard. He has a good rule down there. I'm going to accept this alliance. It seems like a good idea, since we do share an interest against Apulia, and Salerno, well, I don't really want to take it by force anytime soon. We have made it. Pilgrimage, exotic wares, let's see. Oh, we do actually get money out of this. Having carried my exotic wares all the way from Vaticano, I now need to decide what to do with them. Should I sell them at a profit, or maybe keep them as a gift for my next personal scheme? I assume that I could have gone even, further with the full 50 and then made more money, but I'm okay with this. I didn't really want to break the bank there. You sell the wares for double the amount. I do lose this, or I could save them. You will get the opportunity to use these wares to increase the scheme power and success. No. I will make money out of this. And all of a sudden, we are sitting pretty well here. Requests shipment of Sicilian grain. I really don't think so, brother. My god, man. I don't think so. I will decline. I'm sorry. I will send you Sicilian grain the moment you are back in the church. This would be bad trade, my friend. Well, friend, strong word, certainly. We can build up Reggio di Calabria as well. Only 50 bucks, actually. I'll definitely do this. This is justified, sure. So this just hit 10 in development. That's why it does that. These are already upgradable, as you can see. We're doing okay here. We got a new realm priest. He is Norman. Likes us. Not too much to take in there, I think. This pilgrimage was big. It definitely informs how we feel about our rule. We were just confirmed by the Pope before he became very busy again and went northwards. And apparently, I think the event must have stopped happening. Why are you... What kind of alliance is this? Surely a joke. What a meme. Okay, anyway. He must have been an adventurer, and they got a negotiated alliance from like a business dealing they did. Anyway, the Pontifex Maximus confirmed us personally, and that is huge, huge news. Like I said, I do want to host this event right there, but we do also actually still have the loan to deal with, so I'm not gonna host it right now. Robert's sending us a letter for grain. I wonder how... Does he have trouble in his realm? He is unpopular. Oh, he is unpopular. And if he has trouble and if he can't supply them, maybe I am forcing him kind of into dealing with this, into engaging with us by denying him the grain. Interesting. We failed to learn Swedish. I admit defeat, or no, I need to start over. You know what, I'll admit defeat. I think I can win over Drotten Erik differently. I have to win him over differently, I should say, maybe. I will simply start swaying him. Let me take a gander, right? We have promised Adelise, of course, to Gerard. How about Flandine? Do we have anybody worthwhile? He is an Hauteville of Lanciano. Oh, he is the heir of Lanciano. Flandine. Yes. I think this is exactly what we're going to do. William de Hauteville, in his role as the primary son, of course, of Queen Robert, with an alliance that we already maintain. This is good. Our marriage politics inside of our own family are going extremely strongly. I hope that, listen, I really don't want to oust Robert. I hope that he takes this, that he needs to change his ways. People side with me here, through and through. Oh, what is he doing? He is sending out raiders. The raiders of Rossano. I mean, he is doing the task that I gave him. He seems to not be... Is he going for Salerno? Let's take a quick moment, maybe, to talk about our heir situation. We have Richard de Hauteville. He is not married yet. And he is currently my heir. He's the nephew, right? Son of Drojo. I like him. He hasn't proven himself to me. He's really just the legal kind of person, right? And then we have Jourdan. Now, Jourdan, I don't want to promise him too much. He is decent. I think that I don't really sense his deceit. I love him as a son. He has served as a seneschal, and he is very diplomatic. Is he the right one? I think at this point, Roger will ponder legitimizing him. And a part of this, the very beginning here, I think, is marrying him to somebody. I will be looking for a good match. Oh, what about... He has a daughter now. Wait, has he always had a daughter? Märtha Eriksdotter Kri. Jourdan. He wouldn't want it. Oh, come on. You have too many existing alliances. Oh. Once he has a better opinion of me, I think that is what I want for Jourdan. I want Syracuse to be bound to us through Jourdan. Flandine comes of age. She is a good character. She's a good person. I like her. She loves me. I can see, I mean, the deceit seems to run in the family. There's a lot of that, isn't there? Betrothed can marry. So this is William. That is her. I'm sending her to Lanciano. Should anything at any point happen to my daughter, I will go to war. I want to clarify this, both for him, but also for Robert. And Robert is... Interesting. Why is he on the ocean? Oh, could he be doing some whale hunting? It doesn't appear to me that he is outside. I really wish I could just tell what he's doing. Located in the Messenian Sea, not at war. Huh. What's his deal? Adelise also comes of age. She's a skilled tactician. She is reckless. She's so admirable. I wish women could play a bigger role in society. I think he is the closest, by far, to Adelise. Think about it. We handed her over as a hostage. We were so worried about her. We brought her back in further negotiations with our brother. But obviously she is a woman. She cannot really kind of go into that direction. We can't really go into that direction. We are male only. It just, it's not in the cards for her. Very, very sad. He wouldn't dare raid the Pope, would he? I wonder where he's going. He's just passing through Rome. Yeah, okay, he's just passing through. Interesting. We also had Eric here, come of age. Poor guy. Not terrible, but poor guy. Call to war. Join me in the Serbian ducal conquest of the Jupa of Paganija. He is going against the Croatians, huh? I will accept, but I will only send a few troops. By that I mostly mean, I really only want to send I think I'm going to send the Norman mercenaries and the Norman adventurers. That is the full army that will go on the way here. I could go myself, but you know what? I would love to see this in the hands of maybe even Eric, right? Yeah, I like the idea of Eric right here. Or actually, I'll send Richard. Prove yourself in a campaign. Oh, and I can't. If I automate armies, he's gonna raise everybody. I think I'm just gonna send him, and he's gonna attach. I think that's how I'm gonna roleplay this one. He will land in Dubrovnik. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, I wish I could have like a limited kind of, you know, automation right there. But I think if I automate it right now, it's just gonna raise all the other troops as well. Yeah, so sadly I will have to go on and just attach them to this army. That's okay. He can lead that war. Listen, folks, this was a very kind of event-heavy episode, because we were, of course, mostly looking at our re-emergence as a new ruler, but we are well situated, income-wise now. We are well situated, kind of centered on our character, on our place in the world. And I know exactly what we're doing going forward. We already now improved this relation once. I think I can arrange this marriage in due time. Once this war's over, it's only at a -6. I think we can get that done. Then we have a strong alliance, of course, with the folks down there. And maybe I can eventually offer him vassalage? Oh, that would be amazing if we could. We'll see about this, okay? For the time being, this was a calm episode after the massive storm. What? Executed. Was murdered? He murdered? Of the Alemannic Guard. Oh. Oh no, he murdered a member of the Alemannic Guard. The Alemannic Guard, you might not remember it, aided the Pope. They assisted the Pope. Oh, but I can see why he killed them. He killed Princess Sicilgaita, wife of... Oh my god, Robert is so full of hate. This man killed his wife, and he murdered him in cold blood afterwards. Was it right that he killed his wife? Why was his wife even in the battle? I have to ask, but... Yeah, look at that. Robert is forfeiting his soul. That's all I can say. I don't think he's coming back from this. I don't think he's turning towards justice. And in parts I understand it. His wife killed. Of course, his status robbed of him. His family going against him. He is hateful. I can't blame him. But we have to see what we can do. Non mea voluntas sed tua fiat. Folks, I will leave it right here. And I'll see you later. Alligator.